Hey, if you're still awake, tonight I want to finish our conversation about conflict. We talked about conflict within ourselves. We talked about the conversations we avoid due to conflict. But tonight, I want to talk about something that surprised me. Peace isn't always comfortable, it's confliction. In fact, sometimes peace feels harder than conflict. And I want to break into the familiar weight of it all, right? I think one of the strongest, let me repeat that. I think one of the strangest things about being human is how quickly we adapt to carrying things. Resentment, anger, regret, disappointment. We carry them for so long, they start to feel like it's a part of who we are. And eventually, we stop asking ourselves whether they're helping us. We just get used to their weight. Conflict can become familiar, even when it's hurting us. And that's when I want you, the listener, to let go, just let go. Just let go. Let go to the feeling. Let go to that feeling. I didn't know how to transition this one, so I'm just going to get right into it. Just letting go feels like losing. I think that's why peace is difficult, because peace often requires letting go. And letting go doesn't always feel like freedom. Sometimes it feels like a loss. The loss of being right. The loss of the story we've been telling ourselves. The loss of the future we imagined. The loss of the apology we never received. The loss of the version of life we thought we have. Sometimes we're not holding onto conflict because we enjoy it. Sometimes we're holding onto it because letting go would mean accepting reality. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. And I'm gonna get into something personal, right? Looking back, some of the hardest moments of my life weren't when things were falling apart. They were when I finally accepted that they already had. Because acceptance sounds peaceful. Because it can feel heartbreaking. It can feel like standing in the ruins of something you hope will last. And finally admitting this is what it is. And I want to speak to the men, right? I want to speak to the men. And this is from a male perspective, right? I'm not speaking in a general perspective. But I think it's a good insight for both women and men to listen to. But I want to speak to the men. We naturally love. We love love. As men, we love love. We love being in love. We love treating people right. We love being treated correctly. And we've been through those relationships where it felt heartbreaking, right? It felt heartbreaking. We thought it would last because, we hate it. We hate letting go. We hate losing somebody we thought we would keep forever. We hate this. It's not something that we like to do. It's not something we look forward to doing. It's something we have to stand in, our own reality, our own realism that the relationship didn't last forever, right? And it breaks our heart, and it scares us to get back out there. And that's why so many of us become corrupted, because we get that heartbreaking moment. We get where we feel like ruin. It's like the peace will last forever, the love will last forever, and then it ruins, and we lose our hope in love, and we start to fall into lust, if I'm being completely honest, and we start saying it is what it is, right? It is what it is, and that is the problem. We accept that version of us so easily that it becomes confliction. It does. It hurts us. It damages us deeper than what anybody would think, deeper than what a woman could imagine, right? Because they hold so much power. That's why as male, you have to have a purpose as well to avoid that type of feeling. But those feelings cannot be avoided as a male. It's a general male experience. Rather be male and female or male and men. Male on male, you know. It's a feeling we all have to go through, right? It's a feeling we all have to go through. And I hate saying it is what it is, especially when I fight so hard for something, for somebody. I hate saying, oh, it is what it is, you know, life will move on. Because life, it will move on, yes, but at the same time, the feelings are so lingering, and I don't want them to stay. So that's why finding peace within the conflict is more so letting go and accepting what it is, and it's really painful. But at the end of the day, we have to, you know, find peace. We have to. So that's why I want to get into the identity we build around pain. Sometimes we carry conflict for so long, we build an identity around it. We become the person who was wrong, the person who's now in trauma, the person who does the traumatizing, the person who has overlooked everything around them, the person who was hurt, the person who was betrayed. And while those things may be true, eventually we may have to ask ourselves a difficult question. Do I want to heal? Or do I want to keep proving that I was hurt? And now I want to talk about what peace actually looks like. I think people imagine peace as a feeling, but most of the time, peace is a decision to stop replaying the argument, a decision to stop carrying the resentment, a decision to stop demanding answers that may never come, a decision to move forward, even without closure. Not because what happened didn't matter, but because your future matters too. Your future matters too. So I want to get into the segment, right, that I'm always asking questions to you, the listener, from me, the speaker. What are you still carrying? I hate that word. I hate that word, carrying. What are you still holding? How about that? Why are you still holding? What conflict has become familiar? What part of your pain have you mistaken for your own identity? What would happen if you finally put it down? Who would you become? Peace doesn't always arrive with relief. Sometimes it arrives with acceptance, and acceptance can become uncomfortable because acceptance asks us to stop arguing with reality, and that sometimes many of us have been doing that for years. I don't think peace is the absence of conflict. I think peace is the most. Let me repeat. I don't think peace is the absence of conflict. I think peace is the moment we stop feeding it. The moment we stop caring that word will definitely throw out. I would throw that word out. I don't think peace is the absence of conflict. I think peace is the moment we stop feeding it. The moment we stop carrying what no longer belongs to us. The moment we stop asking the part to become something different than it was. One more time for the people in the back. I think one more time for the people in the back, right? One more time. I don't think peace is the absence of conflict. I think peace is the moment we stop feeding it. The moment we stop carrying what no longer belongs to us. The moment we stop asking the past to become something different than what it was. I like that one. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. Like I said, I'm speaking straight from the dome, and I have a few notes written down, but I'm not going to change anything about this, right? My imperfections is what makes me perfect. I believe so, at least. So maybe tonight, you don't need another answer. Maybe you don't need another explanation. Maybe you don't need one more reason to stay angry. Maybe tonight, you just need permission to let go. Not because it was fair, not because it didn't matter, but because you carried it long enough. The room will reopen on Tuesday night. I'll leave the light on for you.